What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a video about jealousy. The topic of this video is jealousy. So jealousy is something I struggle with a lot. One of my favorite quotes is that comparison is the thief of joy. You see my dog? Comparison is the thief of joy, and that's so true. Constantly comparing your life to others is not gonna help lead you to happiness on your own. Everybody's going through a different story. Everybody's life takes different paths. You hear it all the time, blah, blah, blah. I've heard those things, all my adult life, and still it doesn't stop the jealousy. It doesn't stop those feelings. And what I'm actively trying to do is I'm trying to separate the feeling of jealousy and trying to turn it around to a positive. So I want to talk about the root of it though. For me, the root of jealousy is kind of feeling, it's self-doubt. A lot of times for me, the root of jealousy is self-doubt. Seeing somebody else do something and be like, how did they get there? How did they do that? Why can't I have that? Oh, they probably had connections. Oh, like they, just because of who they are, their status, their privilege, that's what got them that. But it's self-doubt because they have something that I want, they're doing something I'm doing, or they're doing something I want to do. They have, they're living a life that I wish I had. And instead of me being like, oh, I could do it too, it's like, well, how did they get there? It's self-doubt and me doubting that I could do those same things. So I'm trying to turn jealousy into motivation and seeing those people do those things and not immediately having a feeling of, oh, I want that, but a feeling of, wow, how did they get there? And how can I get there in my own way? I might not have the same resources they do, but what do I have that can get me somewhere close or actually get me to what I want to do? Also, I'm trying to root for other people as well. Instead of jealousy, when I see somebody succeed, there's nothing but negative energy there. And that feeling also of being happy when others fail, that's just such a horrible feeling. You know what I mean? At the time it feels like, oh yeah, they failed because they're not better than anybody else. They're like the rest of us. How is that positive? How do you expect people to root for your successes if you're not actively rooting for theirs? If you're not even just praying for other people's downfalls, but if you're getting some enjoyment from other people's downfalls, how can you expect that the same for happen when you have downfalls? Don't you want, when you have downfalls, for people to be compassionate, understanding, and caring? I know I do. And so actively rooting against people's successes, that gets you nowhere. So it makes more sense to be happy for their successes, to get motivation from whatever they're doing, and to use that for your own life. That's how I'm trying to frame jealousy in the year 2022, because that's what ultimately is going to bring you more fulfillment and more happiness. Rooting for other people's downfalls is not going to bring you happiness. That just brings nothing but negative energy into your life. And yeah, I don't have time for that. If I want to succeed, I'm gonna look at your successes. I'm gonna say, good for you. I might even reach out and say, hey, how'd you do this? How did you do that so I can get there also? Instead of sitting back and watching them live this life and feeling left out and feeling alone and feeling more down on myself. Self-doubt, we don't have time for that. We left that back in 2021. 2022 is about growth. Another side of jealousy that also kind of comes in, or it's not even just with jealousy and the self-doubt, but it's being like, oh, man, how'd they get so lucky? How'd they get so lucky that they have this opportunity? How'd they get so lucky that they're at this point in their life? But that's because what you're seeing is them at this point. You don't always necessarily see the work they put in. People put in hard work to get where they are. They might have some advantages. They might have certain privileges in their life that help them get there faster. They might have money. They might have certain circumstances where they can get to it in an easier way. But still, a lot of these things require putting in the work. It doesn't just happen magically one day. And yes, while you see the successes, you might not always see behind that they're doing all these things to get there. And so along with that is the fear of failure. The fear of, well, I could try to do the same, but if I don't do it, or more importantly for me, what if I embarrass myself in front of other people? What if people I know see me try to do this and I don't succeed? How embarrassing would that be? What's embarrassing about that? What's embarrassing about trying? You might fall flat on your face and fail and you might fail, but every failure is another opportunity to learn and to grow from it, honestly. I mean, the fear of failure is so strong in me that I just worry so much about other people's perceptions. And at the end of the day, same with happiness, that's not going to lead to my happiness. I have to live the life I want to live. And yes, I want other people to see it and root for me, but I can't be so afraid of falling on my face that I don't even try. In order to grow, you have to fail. You have to do the work. And failure is part of the work. You get down, you get right back up. It's not you get down, you stay down, you don't try again, you watch other people do the things you want to do. In order to live the life you want to live, you have to get up and you have to keep trying. I don't think luck is for losers. I think luck is real. But not everybody just has luck on their side. You have to put in the work. Yeah. So fear of failure is connected to self-doubt. Well, I don't know if I can do it, and I don't think I can do it, so I'm not going to try, because what if I try to do it and I end up failing, and then people see me fail, and oh my God, that'd just be so embarrassing. I don't even want to attempt. I'll just stay content and comfortable. Contentment. It's not for me. No. In order to live big, and it's okay if you are content. I'm just saying, for me, in order to live big and achieve the big dreams and goals that you have to take risks, and you have to get back up. You have to get back up. Self-doubt, fear of failure. We don't have room for you. Forward. Onward.